about Miss Misa Hylton, who is opening up about, you know, the drama that's going on with Diddy and all that other stuff. So now fashion designer Misa Hylton, the ex of Sean Diddy Combs, is speaking out in support of Cassie after a public outcry around a newly surfaced 2016 surveillance video of the media mogul physically assaulting the singer. The fashion stylist and designer, who's 51, who shares eldest son Justin, who's 30, with the music mogul, who's 54, posted on Instagram on May 21st and shared photos of Justin as well as Diddy's 6 other kids as she reacted to the disturbing 2016 video. Now, I do have her post over on the gram, and if y'all haven't seen it, now there it is. Now she has a picture of her son, who was in the middle. We see Quincy. Shout out to his cute behind. So we got Quincy here, the child that Kim Porter had with Albie Shore, and then you got Misa's son here, and then we got this old lazy-eyed heifer, King Combs. So she said, I am heartbroken that Cassie must relive the horror of her abuse, and my heart goes out to her. I know exactly how she feels, and through my empathy, it has triggered my own trauma. These young people were raised by women that want the best for them. We put God and education first and have always been united in our mutual effort to support their dreams. 2 of the youngest do not have their mother here, and it has been our duty to support them. Their father needs help, and I am praying that he truly does the personal work and receives it. Now, the tea is because we have all the other daughters here, and I have to say, Diddy does have some beautiful daughters. But here's the thing, they're young, so they really have no control over the situation, and I do feel bad for them because they don't have their mother, who passed away. And a lot of people have been saying that we need to reopen Kim Porter's case because they believe that he may have had, and I will say I believe it too, that I believe that he has had he has something to do with her unaliving, her not being in the union no more, I should say. So he does have beautiful daughter, and I saw like even the youngest one here, who I believe is half Asian, that Diddy was beating on her. This little girl mother, I don't know what her name is, but they were saying that he was beating on her. That at one time, I guess he was trying to stomp on her stomach, wanting her to have an abortion. And with Misa saying what she's saying, there's always been stories from people that was coming out. I think most recently there was one that went on, oh my God, what's his name with the big head? Piers Morgan. One of the bodyguards went on his show and was saying that he had witnessed the abuse and stuff, especially when I believe it was like Misa had went through something where he had beat her to the point where she had to crawl under a car and try to get away from him. So Diddy this has been something that has been going on with him for a long time. And hold on a second, because I need to put this up. So if there's anybody out here that has gone through some things and y'all need a number, or somebody that has been assaulted, call this number down below, because I really feel like I need to do my due diligence and, put this out there, because there's always going to be somebody out here that needs some help or need to get away from these abusers. So I am glad that she came out and she's talked about it. So, Quincy is 32. That's Kim Porter's son with Albie Shore, and word on the street was that Diddy tried to get Albie Shore, put 6 feet under. There's always been some tea floating around. Then you got Christian, who's 26. And remember, Christian at one point was had gotten a DUI, and Misa went in on him. And it went in on the father. But child, I really feel like Diddy doesn't fail all them kids. Like now those kids definitely gonna need some therapy, because between the girls having to have their father being a low down dirty dog, and you can't tell me none of them ain't witness him putting hands on any of the women in that house, and them having to witness their father beating on their mother and stuff. I know they had to have seen something. And for Justin to be out here getting DUIs and stuff, he's clearly witnessed and seen some things that he is buried in deep within. And that is a thing that goes on, especially in the Black community, where you get a lot of that trauma from when you're a child. You self-medicate to try to bury a lot of your traumatic situations growing up. I don't care how much money you have. You can have all the money in the world and still be a monster. Case in point, what Diddy's being accused of. And then you got King Combs out here looking like a damn fool, doing corny ass rap beefs with 50 Cent, who had no choice but to just laugh at it. I'm like, little boy, go sit your ass down. Like, you trying me on Beyonce and Blue Ivy's internet with that corny ass rap, and you see it went nowhere. Like, it went triple plastic. Nobody was listening to it. Nobody cared. It was an epic fail. So now you got exempting Quincy. The other two, these are the ones you got to worry about. So Misa, now that you have this, I don't know what kind of deal that you had with Diddy, where it's just like, yeah, you got away from him and all that other stuff. And I understand you probably dealt with the abuse because it was a way for you to infiltrate and get in the business because you were a fledgling designer. I also heard that even though Diddy was in his 20s when he got with Misa was a teenager. Same thing. I think she was like 16. Same thing with Cassie. Cassie was 17 and Diddy was pushing 40 when he got with her. So he definitely has a type. He likes going after young women who are either on the cusp of being a minor versus an adult, or trans, or kind of like crossing that into that adulthood threshold, crossing over into that. Because it's like when you see these older men getting with these young girls, you're not interested in them because they're so pretty or whatever the case is. It's a form of control. And I feel like that's why he was getting with them. And what I was also hearing is that while Diddy may not, the statute of limitations, which I really feel like they need to change that up. And shout out to Sunny Hassan. She said she's been, back and forth to the courts and speaking to Congress and all this other stuff for years, trying to get those statute of limitations lifted so that way there's no short window. But I think a lot of these judges won't change them laws because a lot of y'all are women beaters your damn selves. So it would be nice if we can get those statute of limitations. And I think I also saw Raymond Simone had mentioned something about DV and how they need to change the statute of limitations. I really feel like maybe because politicians don't want to do their damn job, and I know a lot of y'all be saying celebrities need to stay out of people's business and those other stuff, but I've noticed that a lot of times things get moving when celebrities start taking on certain causes because y'all won't listen to nobody else. So sometimes, unfortunately, because we're a celebrity-driven society, you got to jump in and do all these other things in order for people to wake up. People will listen to a celebrity more so they listen to their own goddamn, politicians, local or otherwise. Which is sad. We should be trusting in our political figures, but a lot of times y'all are so bought and paid for and be pulling stunts and shows that don't give a damn about helping the actual people that put your ass in office, that I see why the trust is, and why people like Trump get elected. So I do like the fact that Misa has spoken out. I mean, what people would feel like it's too little too late, but maybe she couldn't say anything because maybe, who knows, maybe she signed an NDA. And she has been she styled Mary J. Blige. That was how she was getting her come up. She was styling Mary J. Blige. I think she did Little Kim. She did a lot of the girls coming up. So, and they said that Hylton previously commented on Diddy's ongoing allegations and legal issues after Justin and Christian were handcuffed amid a highly publicized property raid on Diddy's house in March. The overzealous and overly militarized force used against my sons Justin and Christian is deplorable. If these were the sons of a non-black celebrity, they would not have been handled with the same aggression. And this is so true. But if you are known that you're the father of your child or children is accused of doing all kinds of shiesty stuff, I would not have my child around that man. But I guess because he's more financially secure than you are and can offer your son a better life in exchange for, all the other stuff, because people will be quick to look the other way with abuse and stuff as long as it lines their pockets or whatever the case is. And we've seen this happen time and time again, how people will literally look the other way because they're getting a payday. So people who witnessed Diddy doing all this shit, they didn't care enough because he wasn't beating on them. As long as that check cleared, they didn't care. So I'm glad that you spoke up, Misa, but sometimes I be side-eyeing you too. Especially, or a lot of you people that get in these relationships with these men and just kind of look the other way. But yeah, if y'all, if you or someone have been SA'd or abused in any kind, definitely contact the National SA hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE. That'll be 4673, or go to rain.org and definitely get your life and find a way for them people, the people over there, the volunteers, whatever, the people that work there to help you, case managers, and help you get the help that you need, because should no man be putting no hands on a woman. No man should be putting no hands on a man if you're in a relationship. A woman should not be putting no hands on a woman because there'd be DVs in same-sex relationships as well as guys who are getting their, girls putting paws on them too. So it's not just men beating on women. It's men beating on men, women beating on women, and women beating on men. So we need to highlight all of it and not just part of it.